All right, you guys, it is time. It is time to put all of these pieces together for this narrative writing unit. If you guys go into your Google Classroom, you will see that there is assignment number 16 that has dropped this morning. So you're going to want to go into it, click into it, and then hit view assignment. We'll go over here to instructions. Okay, so this is it. Your personal narrative needs to have all of the things that we've been working on. It needs to have a good lead. You need to follow your story arc. That's kind of the nice thing about this is we've already done a lot of the work. Now you're just putting in the details, right? We looked at that really boring paragraph the other day when we were talking about crafting stronger sentences. And so what you're doing now is you're taking your story arc and you're just putting together all of the pieces using all of those things that we've talked about. So pull your story arc back out and take a look at it. We have already done the very beginning of your story. We've already done the end. And hopefully, if you guys kept up with the assignments, you already have your climax done as well. So what I want you guys to do is click into the narrative writing assignment, and it's really just going to take you to a blank screen where you're going to put in your name, you're going to put in the date, the title, and then this is where you're actually going to be writing. Now I took mine and I cut and I pasted in my favorite lead. So remember, we had 3 different ones that we had to try. So I went and I picked out my favorite one and I pasted it into this doc. And then I kind of added to it. Again, I went back through and I was looking to make sure that I had some good, strong vocabulary, that my sentences weren't boring, that I was using good adjectives and adverbs as I went through. So this is my lead. It was probably one of my longer leads, so that's why it looks longer here as well. But I want you to go back in and I want you to paste in your lead. Then I'm going to go down a few lines. I'm going to come over here to my endings. Okay, so remember we did all of these endings, and this one was my favorite. I liked my circular ending. So I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to put it in over here. Okay, oops. I'm going to put it in right here. Okay. Oh, text is different. Better make sure that this is all the same. I'll do that at the end. Okay, so now I have a beginning, I have an end, I can go back in, I can grab my climax, I can plug it in, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add in all of those rising actions that we saw in our own story arc. Okay, so obviously my story arc is going to be different than whatever story it is that you came up with. So make sure that you're plugging all of those in. If this is too hard for you, if the cut and paste from pulling from different documents is too hard, then just start on your blank doc and start writing. Okay, so there isn't a right or a wrong way to go about putting all of this together. So if cutting and pasting from other documents confuses you, then please don't do it. But if that's something that you're like, oh, I've already typed that up, I'm just going to put it into my doc now and then reread it and rework it, be my guest. Okay. But you're going to make sure that you go all the way through that story arc. You are going to make sure that you have a good beginning that sets the story up. You've got some good rising actions. Your climax will be there. You have falling actions, and then you have your resolution. So a good ending to kind of wrap it all up so that your reader isn't left with like a ton of questions about what just happened. Okay. What you'll need to do as well. So my requirements for this are I want to see at least one simile, one metaphor. I want to see strong vocabulary, and I want to see transitions throughout. So you should already have your simile and your metaphor in your climax. If you didn't get it there, I'm going to need to see it somewhere else in your story. Also, this because a personal narrative is so different than writing like a 5-paragraph essay, what I'm doing here instead is I'm going to require a word count. Okay, so it doesn't have to be so many paragraphs long. It needs to be so many words long. Okay, so my requirement for you guys is 450 words. And I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So once you get in here and your doc is all done, you're going to come up here and click on Tools, and then you're going to click right here where it says Word Count. And this will tell you how many words you already have written. So with just my beginning and just my end, I already have 369 words. So I'm probably going to be doing just fine by adding in those rising actions, my climax, and my falling action. I'm probably going to be somewhere probably well over that 450. Okay, so keep that in mind, that that is your final word count. All right, so you guys have fun with this. You have all of the tools that you need to make this an amazing personal narrative. I hope that you had a little bit of fun as you were doing this, and something that you have to look back on over this quarantine period. So anyway, I will see you next time.